أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامة كلها من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات، ثم الصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين نبينا وسيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. وبعد فالسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. All glories to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. We thank Him, we glorify Him, we adore Him, we appreciate Him, we testify to His oneness, that is the only one worthy of being worshipped, Allah alone, that He is no partner, He has got no supporters, and He has got no consultants. He is unique in His creature, and is unique in the creation of everything He has created. He's got no beginning and He's got no end. To Him we all belong, and to Him we shall all return. We glorify Him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we testify to that there's no Lord would have been worshipped except Him alone, Allah. We equally testify to the messengership and the apostleship of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one that is being chosen and sent to mankind to liberate us, to take us out of the darkness into the light of Islam. That in everything we want to do in our life, we will make Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam our model. We will see him, that everything we want to do will be in accordance to his practices, to be in accordance to his traditions, to be in accordance to the way he has done all of them, because he has said it. And that particular hadith we only quote when we are talking about marriages, whereas it's all encompassing, all acts of ibadah, that we say an-nikah sunnati faman raghiba an sunnati falaysa minni. That's nikah is the sunnah, or the way of life of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and whoever that does not do it, as not actually follow his path or his tradition. Not only nikah, everything we do, we have to do it in accordance to the sunnah of Rasulullah. Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli. Pray the way you have seen me pray. Wasumu kama ra'aytumuni asuma. Fast the way you have seen me fasting. Khudhu anni manasikakum. Take your practice of Hajj from me. Kulu kama akul. Eat the way I eat. Drink the way I drink. Wear the clothes the way I wear clothes. Dress the way I dress. Talk the way I talk. When we say this, it does not mean verbatim we wear what Muhammad was wearing. No. Means we will wear according to the standard laid down by Muhammad. There should be no wastages. We eat according to the standard laid by Muhammad. We eat with our rights. We drink with our rights. According to standard, that we don't actually deviate from the standard of Muhammad in everything we want to do. And that is why he's our model. And the peak of the love of Muhammad is to follow his sunnah. So everything we do is the sunnah of Rasulullah. So kullu sunnata وَمَنْ رَغِّبَ عَنْ سُنَّتَهُ فَلَيْسَ مَعَهُ. Whoever lives and abandons the way he has done things, then he is actually not part of him. May Allah make us those who are part of this sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, will be his companions, will be those who will be raised with him on the day of resurrection, will be those who will be blessed, among those who are blessed to be on the right path of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who will gain his intercession on that day, who will drink from his noble fingers, when the drink will never make us to be thirsty forever. Amen. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We welcome ourselves to this edition today again, this morning, concluding part of the right of a child. Inshallah, from next week, we are going to start another episode. We want to treat the love languages, inshallah, relationship. But we are concluding the right of a child today. And the fourth part of the right of the child, which we have been discussing for a month too, is the rights to get the child married. Our son getting married, our daughter to get them married. And we have been looking at the qualities that we must see in the choice or in the recommendations we are making for our children. We cannot make a choice for them. We can make a recommendation. We recommend this person is good, this person is good, this girl is good for our son, this boy is good for our daughters. We recommend. And the qualities we must see before we make the recommendation. So we guide them in their choices. We don't give the whole responsibility to them to make a choice on their own. We guide them into making those choices by assisting them in looking at the conditions and the criteria that's going to look at. We guide them into this. So concluding part of that is that we say that whoever that we want our child to marry, and remember, we say these qualities we are looking for in the spouse we are looking for our child, whether a boy or a girl. The same qualities we are looking, we must also see it in our own children. It's not that we are looking for something we don't have. Because what you like cannot give. So it's going to be double standard. When you expect perfection or good qualities from somebody and you don't possess it, no. The qualities you want from other people, you too must possess the qualities. You must have these virtues. Because Muslim have said, إِذَا آتَاكُمْ مَا تَرَدَوْنَ دِينُهُ وَخُلُقُهُ فَذَوِّجُوهُ. If anyone comes to you, the one that you are pleased, or anyone is recommended to you, the one that you are pleased with his way of religion, worship of Allah, is a Muslim. And he worships Allah according, because you cannot make a choice of not a Muslim. So it's a Muslim, fine. And he has the right Aqidah. And he has piety in him. He has fear of Allah in him. Then you look at his conduct, his behaviors, the qualities he possesses. So when these two are satisfactory, then don't delay the nikah. Nikah should not be delayed. And that is why we say love does not precede nikah. Interest precedes nikah. Love grows in marriages. So after they are married, that the love starts growing. So siddiq, truthfulness, sincerity, we have got many ways, is of very, very high quality. After taqwa, fear of Allah, sincerity, truthfulness is this. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was talking of most of his messengers. He called them siddiqun. That when going to be raised, Mashuada was siddiqun, the truthful people. And that is why when he was talking about Idris alayhi salatu wasalam, in Quran, Surah Maryam, Quran 19, ayah 56, Allah says, وَاذْكُرْ فِي كِتَابِ إِدْرِيسَ إِنَّهُ كَانَ صِدِّيقًا نَبِيًّا. And what was the consequence? What was the result of that quality? رَفَعْنَاهُ مَكَانَ عَلِيًّا. Because you want at the end of the day for their status to be elevated. You are looking at the future of your children and the partner you want to choose for him. They're going to have children. And you want them to surpass them, just like you want your children to surpass you. So how to attain this, you need to have somebody that possesses those qualities. It must be sincere, truthful. That's it. Remember and relate to them. In the book of Enoch, Idris. It is called Enoch. Book of Enoch. What's في كتاب إدريس إنه كان صديقا نبيا. He was a truthful, truly truthful prophet. By virtue of this truthfulness, what happened? رفعناه مكانا عليا. We elevate his status. We raised him high in status because he was truthful. Because he was truthful, so we raised him up in status. So if we want to be able to enable this, he has to be truthful. And that is why in the story of Umar ibn Khattab, anhu, when he was going to make a choice of wife or recommendation of a wife to his children. Look at the way he went about it. Umar ibn Khattab, we all know him. He always go out in the night. A vigilante. As a vigilante. Trying to look at the security of his people. Seeing what is going on in the midnight, in the night, when people are sleeping. In one of these exercises that he does every time, something happened one day. As أن عمر بن الخطاب كان في ليلة من الليالي يتفقد الرعية فمر على امرأة ومع ابنتها وهم يأخذون اللبن. Umar ibn Khattab was parading or patrolling one night. As he was patrolling like one night, look at this, he heard some sound in a house. Behold, it was a woman and a daughter and a girl. A woman and a girl. A woman and a daughter. مع ابنتها, this woman and her daughter were with her. وهم يأخذون اللبن, and they were bottling the milk. They are bottling milk. The milk that is going to be sold in the second day, they were bottling it. Or they were packaging it. And as the girl was trying to put the milk in the measure, which is going to be used to be sold to people in the day. فلما أردت الأم أن تدع الماء على اللبن من أجل أن تزيد الكمية وتبيع. You want now take some bottle or some case of water. You want to pour it on this milk. Why? So that it can increase in quantity, and they can increase their sales, and their profit can increase. That was the intention, to do that. فقالت ابنتها لا تفعلي يا أمي لا تفعلي. Oh mommy, why do you want to do this? Don't do it. Mommy said, look, this is the way we have been doing it before we become Muslim. When we were the people of Jahiliyyah, we used to, adulterate milk. We used to add water to it, so that it increases in quantity. Our profit too can increase. This is the reason why we are doing that. Mother said, no, mommy. This is when you are in the period of ignorance. You are not a Muslimah. You can do that again. You can do that. لا تفعلي, my mother, don't do it. فقالت الابنة أما سمعت أمير المؤمنين قد نادى في الناس أن لا يخلط اللبن بالماء. Haven't you heard the leader of the faithful, Umar ibn Khattab? He has announced that as Muslimah, we must never cheat. People should sell what they milk. That nobody must adulterate milk with water. This daughter was telling the mother that. Umar became interested in the discussion. He started a little bit. Watching them. I've been listening to them. Trying to see where it's going to end. What happened? But then, Fakulat Mara. Because sometimes, the parents, will influence our children negatively. Some children want to be righteous, but the parents corrupt them. Because they were corrupt themselves, and the children are seeing this corruption, they too become corrupt. But because we have taught, that is why when we imbibe the knowledge of Islam in them and the fear of Allah in them, they may not fall this corruption. They can be better than us. And our prayer to Allah is that our children should be better than us. So this example we're seeing here now. Now the daughter now said, no, mommy, don't do that, because the leader of the faithful have said that Allah have told us that we must not adulterate. We must not mix milk with water, not to increase the size. But then the mother never quit, because the mother continued. Then the mother said, my daughter, listen, what do you know? A small girl, you don't know anything. You're just spending money. Do you know how we make money? You don't know how we make money. Just spending money. This world, nobody can be truthful. If you are truthful, you cannot make money. Cannot make any money. If you want to make money, what is it? Like some people today we see a lot of scholars saying rubbish about Islam. If you want to make money, well, you have to go against Allah first. To make money, you have to go against Allah first. After making the money, you cannot come back to Allah. The teachings of many, many people now. And that are burst everywhere now. The same thing the mother was telling the daughter. The same thing most of you who are scholars are telling us today. Most of you are leaders are telling us today. We are telling our children today. We are doing it. We are saying it. And some we do it, we don't say it. We say something else, we do something else. But here is the daughter and the mother now in this argument. Say, don't do it, mommy. Because the leader of the faithful has told us that Allah said that we must not adulterate milk with water. Must not mix it. Then the mother said, oh my daughter, wa'ayna amirul mu'minin? Ayna amirul mu'minin? And where is the leader of the faithful? Is he with us? We are talking about Amir. Is he with us? Is it what you are saying? No. It's not here. He will not know. We just add little water. They don't know. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't notice the differences. They would not notice the differences. And these days, we are scarce. So what? Call it. Then the daughter replied, Ya ummi, oh my mother, إذا كان أمير المؤمنين لا يراك فإن الله يراك. إذا كان أمير المؤمنين لا يراك. Even though the leader of the faithful is not seeing you, my mommy, the same thing with all of us. Whatever we are doing in the confine of our rooms, privately, when nobody is there, even though nobody sees us. إذا كان أمير المؤمنين لا يراك. If the leader of the faithful, أمير المؤمنين لا يراك, he does not see you, he cannot see you. But what? فإن الله يراك. فإن الله يراك. Allah is seeing you. Allah is what? Seeing you. This daughter said this to the mother. And the leader of the faithful had this sin. وَسَمِعَ الْكَلَامِ Umar ibn al-Khattab. Umar ibn al-Khattab had this word. He had the statement for this daughter. Then the second day, he asked, when you are selling the milk, he asked them, please go and buy milk from these people. They bought milk from them. And I asked, please test this milk, whether it has some, it's been mixed with water or not. And they found that the milk was never mixed with water. Umar said, wow, this girl said this, and he actually acted it out. He now invited the mother and the daughter to the palace. Asked them to the palace. The president of Umar Amir Mu'min said, you will stay here. He now called all his sons. He has four sons that time. Called his son. All of them came out. The sons said, all of you, my sons, look, this girl, she's a very truthful girl. She's a material for the leadership. It should be a material to be among the leaders of tomorrow. From this type of girl, leaders will come out. From this type of girl, leaders will come out. Therefore, all my sons, which of you will marry this girl? It does not say marry this girl. It does not say my son, marry this. No. Which of you will marry this girl? I want to recommend this girl to you, my sons. All of them were trying to show interest. Then the last one, Asim, was the last son. Asim raised his hand. Ya Abba, Anna Udawijuha. Let me marry her. Asim, but Umar. Asim, the son of Umar. Now, Umar ibn Khattab married a daughter Asim to, is this woman, Fatima to Asim. Why did she do that? Because she has good qualities. She has integrity. excuse me, she's faithful, she's truthful. These are the qualities the parents should try to look from the spouses of their children. There are many stories like that in the Quran. I mean, in the Sirah. In the Sirah, there are many stories like that. Remember, we have said last time, وَكَانَ أَبُوهُمَا صَالِحًا وَكَانَ أَبُوهُ صَالِحًا. So, مُؤْمِنِينَ وَكَانَ أَبُوهُ مُؤْمِنِينَ. So I've said Surah Al-Kahf. Why say وَكَانَ أَبُوهُ مُؤْمِنِينَ? One of them says, one of the parents is a true believer. And that one says, the two parents are righteous. That's influencing the reward the children are getting. So the mother of your children, the mother of the children that you're going to have, or which is going to be the wife of your child now, the wife of your child is going to give your grandchildren now, you have to ensure that that person is righteous. So this story is telling us that how important our predecessors, how important they took it. One of the Sahaba one time, his wife was breastfeeding babies, and he went out. So in the absence, when the children were crying, any woman around would breastfeed all the children together. When he came back and he saw that the woman that breastfed one of his sons was actually an adulterer, and he engages in an adulterer at the same time, he engages in eating what's haram. What happened? The man put his finger on the tongue of his son until he vomited everything. It was baby. And he said by virtue of that became a stammerer, the child, the baby, and he became a great scholar. A great scholar. This is how they try to purify their children. And purify and show that where you're going to take, so you don't allow your daughter or your son to just marry anybody. You make a choice. Make a choice for your semen. So parents have a responsibility. So truthfulness. This we must see in this. Now, the end of the story. Story goes on. I say, فَذَوَّجَ الْفَتَاةُ مِنْ ابْنِهِ عَاصِمٍ وَمِنْهَا ظَهَرَ عُمَرُ بن عبد العزيز. Asim now had children. From the children of Asim, another Amr, then Umar bin Abdul Aziz, one of the greatest Khulafa Rashidin. When they call Umar Khulafa Rashidin, usually they will talk of Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali. The next one you're going to hear is Umar bin Abdul Aziz. Umar bin Abdul Aziz. Umar bin Abdul Aziz is the grandson of Umar. His grandson, one of the greatest, was the one that changed the Kaaba, changed the position of the grave of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Haram, changed to where it is, expand the Kaaba, expand the Haram. It was one that did a lot of expansion to the two masjid, Haraman Sharifain. So Umar bin Abdul Aziz, he had a very great impact on the development of Islam. It was through him that Islam expanded to many nations. So we can see from who? Because of the choice the father, the grandfather made that day to choose the wife for his son. And the son now had the children. And look at what's happening. The same happens today. So, brothers and sisters, this we must take very important to ensure that we see that, it is truthful. Next, we look at ensure that we have what we call atawaddo. We discussed that one today last time. Humility. You see that this phrase, listen to instruction, listen to advice. Whoever that cannot listen to advice, whoever that cannot humble himself, whoever that is pompous, arrogant, never allow your son or your daughter to marry such a person. When I'm feeling full of himself, I can never bow for anybody. I'm not talking about bow down or kneeling down or anything. I cannot respect anybody. I can't change my opinion. I stand on what I stand on, and nobody can change it. And so we say, even if my father did himself from heaven, I will not change. Look at that. Don't allow your son or your daughter to marry such a person. Because whoever that's arrogant, you remember what happened to Shaitan? Shaitan was not a bad one before. But what turned to Shaitan? Because Abba was takbara. Because he was arrogant. He was proud. He was pompous. He was full of himself. He thought, I cannot bow down for this. So such we must ensure that our children have this humility, and as such, we look for somebody that possesses that humility from the family we are looking from to have. Then at-tatawwa, volunteerism. Volunteerism. Your son or your daughter must be able to sacrifice. Not win everything in terms of naira and kobo. Everything must bring money. No. Volunteerism must be able to serve. Allah said in Surah Al-Baqarah, when he was talking about in the Hajj, say, وَمَنْ تَتَوَّعَ خَيْرًا فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ وَمَنْ تَتَوَّعَ خَيْرًا فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ. In Quran 2, ayah 158, وَمَنْ تَتَوَّعَ خَيْرًا, what can actually sacrifice, can make extra efforts to do what is lacking, is sacrifice. Everything is weighed in terms of naira and kobo. That it must give money. It must be dollar. It must be pounds. It must be euro. It must be what do you call it? Yen. Everything. It's only money. Money. Not in terms of sacrifice. That this I want to do this to get reward from Allah. I want to do this to help humanity. I want to do this to benefit people. What's in it for me? Everything what's in it for me. In material thing. Not in respect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No values, not morals. So a girl or a boy that does not possess this volunteerism skill, I can't sacrifice for anybody. There's nothing I cannot do. Don't allow your children to do that. Tatawwa, volunteerism, is of high essence. That must be in this. Empathy. Empathy. Feelings. Can feel for you, can feel for his wife, can feel for his parents. You have this one also embedded in that. And last one I'm going to move is mas'uliyya, responsibility. Ready to accept responsibility for whatever he has done. Accept that I made a mistake, it's my fault. Not passing mistake, not passing the buck. Not pushing the word on his wife, or put on the husband, or put on the children, or put on somebody else. And pushing it, transferring blames. Whoever that cannot hold up for whatever he has done, it is not sincere. It's an hypocrite. Such must not be. So, having done all this and having seen them, if you have seen these qualities, the next thing you do is simplify it. Don't delay. Don't delay. The version of last, al-ajalatu min ash-shaytan illa fil khams. Al-ajalatu min ash-shaytan illa fil khams. Hastiness, being in a hurry to do things, are from shaitan. But in 5 things, we try to hasten to doing it. One of them is marriage of a spinster. Marriage of a spinster. Especially of marriage of marriage, don't delay. When you have seen interest, oh, I have interest in this person. Okay, you have discussed with that person. Also, I also have interest in him. I like the person. I like him. I think I can develop interest in him. Once that interest is there, and you have done all the background check that you need to check in terms of his characters, in terms of his lineage. We're not talking of wealth or money now. In terms of lineage, in terms of ability to take care of him or her, in terms of the wisdom for the girl to be able to fulfill her responsibility as a wife. It should be mature enough to be able to know what am I going to do there. So when these conditions are fulfilled, the 4 rights of, so that whether they are all fulfilled, what are responsibilities, the 4 rights, or the 4 conditions of marriage, offer an acceptance are there. The parents are actually pleased with it. They have discussed the mahar, can pay the mahar. They have the witnesses. Those are met. Once you have been able to satisfy all this, and so that the person has the kafa'ah, the ability to take care of the wife, or you are ready to take up the responsibility, once this has been ascertained, then what happened? Don't delay it. Don't delay it. So simplicity of marriage matters a lot. Akidun nikah, the conditions for nikah. Fulfilling what Allah has said. Then looking at what the Messenger of Islam has laid down as a guide. The look of the person, the character of the person, the religion of the person. Then look at the religion of the person, compatibility. When you are convinced with this, then look at individual too. The parents, the mothers, the two must actually be talked to. The parents must be able to discuss. The father of the son and the father of the girl, they should discuss, they should talk. Sometimes they involve the mother. This is the mother. This is where the weakness of my child. This is what is left to be done in him. I have trained him or her to some level. Now it's coming to you. That is why Yoruba will say, the training is not completed. It's going to be completed where it's going. He's growing. He's still a baby, still a girl, still a child. Though he's of age, but yet he's still in experience. He's going to be guided in this experience. So he needs to be tutored, to be guided. That is why I say, if he's pompous or full of himself, after I'm a wife, nobody can control me here, nobody can guide me here, I do whatever I want to do. If such a person, or I'm the husband, I do whatever I like, nobody can checkmate me, I must do whatever I want. No. Such a person, because they still need training. They're still going to grow. They're still going to learn more. So that is why it's important. So this should be discussed. The two parents, the two families will discuss this. You allow also the girl to put out her own condition. The husband to put out his own condition. I want to marry you on condition that I'm not going to leave Lagos. I'm not going to go to the north. I'm not going to go to Abuja. If you want to marry me, I remain in the southwest here. It's a condition in marriage. It's permissible. It's permissible. Oh, my business is I go here from there, so I can stay here in Lagos, I stay in Abuja, so I may need to marry more than one wife. It's a condition. Before I marry you, know that one. It's a condition. You can't believe that. Because I travel a lot and I don't want to commit zina, I may need to do this. Second, do you agree or not? All this should be understood, should be discussed. The conditions. I have an allergy to this, I have an allergy to that, I don't like. Discuss it. All this must be looked at. When they are all looked at, then Akdu Nikai takes place. The Akdu Nikai is a simple contract. It takes place in the compound of the bride's parents. It does not require too many people. 5 people, 7 people, 10 people, it's okay. Sometimes it can be in absentia. The husband can be in Nigeria, the wife can be in London. Or they may both not even be in Nigeria, they may be, both can be in different cities. They've agreed, the parents have agreed, and they've seen themselves, they're confessed to themselves. You conduct the Akdu Nikah. Their statements, their siga. Once that siga has been expressed, no, I intend to marry your daughter, okay, I've given you my daughter in marriage, that's all. The mahar have been paid, I'm paid this much mahar, and I'm going to pay instanta, or I'm going to delay it, or it's going to be negotiated, whichever. When this all agreed, then the Akdu Nikah takes place. It's a simple one. It's not until you call all our fire in the world, or you call everyone. No. You as a father, if you are well knowledgeable about it, you can do it. You have a scholar that is there. The function of the scholars there is only to do blessings and to admonish. They are not the one to give. It's the mother, it's the father that gives out to his daughter in marriage. So if you have maybe among yourself, maybe some of your maybe his brother or his uncle, is also knowledgeable, you can do it. Not until you call any big and fine here before you Akdu Nikah. It can be done in your room, in your sitting room, in your compound. So we need to simplify. Yes, Siru, wala to Siru. Simplify things, make things easy, and don't complicate matters. Adin Yusuf, today we complicate matters a lot. The Akdu Nikah, we complicate it. We want to invite everybody in the world for the Akdu Nikah. Then what of the walima to Nikah? Of course, sometimes it happens accidentally, but should not be the purpose. Because we don't have this money, you don't have that, but that's why you're delayed. Don't delay it. There will be fasad kabir fil ard. There will be a lot of injustice. There will be corruption in heart. So that should be done. So Akdu Nikah should be hastened, should not be delayed. After that one, then whichever you agree on, whether the wife goes with the husband instantly, or whether the wife is living somewhere. Maybe if both of them, I've seen a situation that the husband is in America, the wife is in London, and they did marry. And after some time when they get holiday, both of them want to meet each other. It can be. So everybody's secured. The woman is secured, the man is secured. But the walima will not be done. The walima of the nikah will not be done until the marriage has been consummated. Walima is different from akdu nikah. Akdu nikah is a family affair. It's a private affair. It's a private affair. It's between the husband, it's between the parents of the groom, of the bride, and the groom, and his parents are there, and witnesses. So you have the father of the bride, then you have the bride, the groom. If the bride is available, the bride is there. If the groom is available, the groom is there. Then you have the representative of the groom that is going to be there. Then you have two witnesses that's going to be there. That's all. Other ones are extras. Others are extras, the additions. So once that is done, then it becomes akdu nikah. You pronounce it and these conditions are met, it becomes. So when the two of them now come together, the husband and wife, and copulate and add intercourse, they sleep together, following the sunnah, which is led by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the 5 sunnah, which we have discussed in the past too. The 5 sunnah, doing ablution together, observing 2 rakat nafila, feeding themselves with a cup of milk, then doing the sleeping together and doing the dua, then putting a hand on the forehead of the woman. Allahumma inna nas'aluka min khayriha wa khayru ma jabbalta ali wa a'udhuka min sharriha wa sharri ma jabbalta ali. After that, then they sleep together. Allahumma jannibna shaitan. Allahumma jannibna shaitan wa jannib shaitan ma razaqtana. After they have done this, they have both slept together, they're satisfied. They can now sit down together, 2 of them, and fix a date for the walima, for the banquet, for the wedding reception. That time you can call anybody in the world. It can be celebrated. So you don't put it first. Today most of the marriages have not been held because they put the walima first before the akdu nikah. They are considered the walima and not the akdu nikah. So a lot of irregularities are taking places. So they have left what is obligatory to what is supererogatory. And the obligatory must be given a preference over the supererogatory. That's why the Messenger of Allah says, those who will be, the friend of Allah. He said, nobody will become beloved to me until he has made what I've made obligatory. What I made obligatory, he kept on doing it regularly. Then he now choose supererogatory and added to it. So you can't give supererogatory preference over the obligatory. So you can't give walima to nikah preference over the akdu nikah. But today that's what we give preference to. That's what you think about. That you spend so much money on. And then permitting what? Zina. Encouraging zina. This should not be done. So, and that too, the walima to nikah too, as etiquette. The etiquette too must be understood. The food that is being done must be shared by the poor. It should not be only for the rich. There should be no intermingling of male and female. There should be no feeding in public. Oh, first assignment, putting cake in the mouth of the wife in public. No, it should not be so. Sitting on the leg on the lap of the father, on the lap of the mother, of a man sitting on the lap of the mother and the woman sitting on the lap of the father. What's that rubbish? It's our rubbish. It should not be. So all those that you have given preferences to are not. So actually, they should be given a preference at their own convenience time. They should do what they want to do. And walima nikah is everybody's affair. Everybody contributes. Friends give money, family members give money. Everybody supports. Just like Rasulullah did at the time of marriage Sophia, radiallahu anha. So after marriage Sophia, he called everybody 3rd day, I have married Sophia. So and I brought some dates. Anybody that asked something, bring it. And everybody brought it and they had it all ate together, celebrating during the walima of nikah. So it was after that we announced to everybody. So these are important sunnah that we must all understand. So I pray to Almighty Allah to bless all our homes, to guide us into making the right choice for our children, our daughters, our sons, and to let us to make the right decisions, giving what is will begin a preference, and what should not be what should not be giving preference and not preference. So we should give what is fara'id, what's obligatory preference, so that we get more reward. So may Allah make it easy and make us good example for our children too. To follow this, start off with the story of Umar bin Khattab and the Asim. He has chosen that and what has happened to them. So if you want your children, your great-grandchildren to become leaders, to become pious, it is from your choice of your wife, from the choice of the wife of your children, that you're going to have the right grandchildren. So don't forget that. So it's the same fruit that you planted that's going to grow. So you are just transplanting. If you have a good yield, you say good, oh, this is a good yield. You take it from the tree, then you go and plant it here. Somebody else come from that tree and takes from it. The same yield will be going. But if you are choosing the wrong one, then the same will be going. That is why it's important. Make a choice for your semen. Make a choice for your sperm. So may Allah bless all our homes. May Allah guide our children. Allahumma salli wa barik ala bibika Muhammadi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Pẹ̀lú bá ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ torí àwọn tó ní ká tó ṣe àlàyé náà díẹ̀ ní Yorùbá. Bá ti dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run Ọba tán tó fún wa ní àyè ká máa jẹ́ ọmọ ènìyàn. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa pé a fẹ́ kágbá ìlénìí nípa ẹ̀tọ́ tí ọmọ ní lọ́wọ́ òbí. A ti sọ ẹ̀tọ́ kìíní, ẹ̀tọ́ kejì, ẹ̀tọ́ kẹta. Ẹ̀tọ́ kẹrin là ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí pé ká ṣa ẹ̀ṣà àbí ká ran àwọn ọmọ wa lọ́wọ́ láti ṣa ẹ̀ṣà ọkọ tó dáa, láti ṣa ẹ̀ṣà ìyàwó tó dáa. Àwa ti ṣa ẹ̀ṣà ìyá wọn, a dẹ̀ ti fọ́ ọmọ wa lórúkọ tó dáa, a dẹ̀ ti kọ́ ọmọ wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. So ọmọ iná wa kọ́ iná ń sí iṣẹ́ wọn tí tàn lórí ẹ̀ tá a bá ṣa ẹ̀ṣà pé a ràn òun náà lọ́wọ́ láti ṣa ẹ̀ṣà ohun tó dáa, torí òun ló jẹ́ kí ohun táwa gbìn yẹn kó lè continue, kó lè máa bá lọ. Àmọ́ tá a bá ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ adárin méjì àdánù nìyẹn. So Yorùbá ní tá a bá ti ta a máa ń tọ́ ni, tá a bá tọ́ adẹ̀rùn nídìí, tá a bá ti bímọ a máa ń mójútó ọmọ ni, a máa ń wo ibi tọ́mọ náà lọ ni, kó má bàa gbé ohun ta, kó má bàa gbé góòlù tá a gbé sí lọ́rùn, kó má gbọ́ lọ gbélé, kó má lọ gbé sẹ́lẹ̀dẹ̀ lọ́rùn. Tó bá gbé fẹ́lẹ́dẹ̀ yóò gbé wọ inú ra o. Tó bá gbé fún ẹlẹ́dẹ̀, tẹ́ bá gbàṣọ funfun, tẹ́ bá lọ wọ̀ fún ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ á gbé lọ sínú ìdọ̀tí o. So kó má bàa gbẹ́rọ tó tún fẹ́ lọ sínú ìdọ̀tí, àfi ká mójú pé ń tá a ṣe dáadáa lára yìí, àfi kó náà rí bí dáadáa gbé wọ̀. So eléyìí làwọn sọ fún wa pé nínú àwọn tá ń láti wò àti ṣàlàyé tó pọ̀ fún wa. Torí tá ń láti wò, tá a ti fẹ́ wò lára obìnrin yìí àbí lára ọkùnrin yìí, à ń láti rí pé wà lára titi wa náà, ìyẹn ní ọmọ tiwa ọkùnrin àbọ̀mọ tiwa obìnrin. Àwọn ìwà ọmọlúwàbí tí yẹ kó wà lára titi ẹ̀ wà lára tòun náà tí Islam dẹ̀ sọ. Àwa sọ pé ìta máa kó ìjọba wò lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó báyọ̀ Ọlọ́run bá tó dẹ̀ ṣe ẹ̀sìn, òun ni kó jẹ́ ní tó jẹ́ olóòótọ́ èèyàn, Àwa sọ fún wa pé Ọlọ́run bá sọ fún wa nínú Al-Qur'an Al-Karim nínú Suratu Maryam nígbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Ànábì Idris. Ọlọ́run sọ fún wa ní Quran orí 19 aya 56 aya kini ẹ 164 56. Ọlọ́run sọ pé wadhkur fi kitabi Idris, ṣàlàyé fún wọn nípa ìwé àbí nípa ọ̀rọ̀ tá a sọ àkọsílẹ̀ nípa Idrisu. Idris yìí ó yẹ pàtàkì ní ọjọ́ pé ní ọ̀kánà sì dé kọ̀nàbíyà tó ló jẹ́ olóòótọ́ ànábì, ó jẹ́ olóòótọ́ ẹni tá a yàn níta báyàn ló ń pẹ̀lú ànábì. Ànábì you means anointed, ẹni tá a yàn ń jẹ́ ànábì tí ó máa fún yàn ní ìrò, ẹni tá a fún ní ìrò. Ẹni yìí ó jẹ́ olóòótọ́ èèyàn, torí pé ó jẹ́ olóòótọ́ èèyàn yìí kí la wá ṣe fún rọ̀fàánáhù makana àlìyà, a gbé lọ sípò tó ga. Tí ẹ bá jẹ́ olóòótọ́ èèyàn, èyí tó máa ń gbé yàn débi tó ga ni. Ètò máa ń sọ èdè ní àpọ́nlé, òtọ́ máa ń sọ èdè ní iyì, òtọ́ náà máa ń sọ èdè ní ẹ̀yẹ. So aláti rí pé ọkùnrin tá a fẹ́ fọmọ wa, ìyàwó tá a fẹ́ fọmọ jẹ́ olóòótọ́. Ojúṣe òbí ni kó bá wò ó, ẹbí ọmọ yìí ọmọ olóòótọ́ ni. wọ́n rán wọn ṣẹ́ ó lọ ra nǹkan wá ni change dẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ fún change ó dẹ̀ ó fi jíṣẹ́ wàtọ́ fún change tó kù lélẹ́yìí kò yí mọ́ kò purọ́ kò sọ pé tí náírà ní kó sọ pé tó tí náírà ní àárọ̀ nìkan kó lọ ra nǹkan kó sọ kó fowó lé nǹkan ò jábọ́ kó rí kó dẹ̀ mú kó pa mọ́wọ́ àwọn ìwà kéékèèké báyìí la fi mú lóòótọ́ ọmọ tẹ bá lọ síbẹ̀ ẹ wò kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ wò ṣojú lóòótọ́ káwò ló ń sòótọ́ káwò ló fà fún wa ní nínú eléyìí la fi mú àpèjúwe wa pé kan náà àwọn sahaba Ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tó jẹ́ olórí ẹlẹ́sìn olórí ẹ̀sìn Umar ibn Khattab òun náà ní khalifa kejì lẹ́yìn Ànábì wa Muhammad lẹ́yìn Abubakar Siddiq lẹ́yìn Ànábì lọ́tọ̀ Abubakar ló jẹ́ khalifa lẹ́yìn náà ní Umar ibn Khattab bí gbogbo ala mọ̀ pé ẹni tọ́lọ̀ ń fún ní ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó jẹ́ olóòótọ́ èèyàn jù nínú àwọn òjíṣẹ́ nínú àwọn khalifa ni ó dẹ̀ máa ń dó lórí òótọ́ ó dẹ̀ ká kókó àmánà gbé tọ́lọ̀ ń gbàgbé lọ pé àmánà ni ó máa ṣàlàyé wájú Ọlọ́run tó bá ti wá di lóru yóò máa ṣe bí vigilante káàkiri a máa wo bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ nù ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ la gbọ́ nípa ẹ̀ òun náà ló ṣe nígbà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn bíbí kan tó lóbìnrin kan tí ń ra mọ́lẹ̀ tó ń ra mọ́lẹ̀ pé kí ló ṣe tó wá jẹ́ Umar burúkú yìí sìn tó jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ òun lọ sí ojú ogun láti ojú ọjọ́ sìn ẹ̀yìn òrí kò lótú ló múlùú ẹ̀ ń sìn Umar gbọ́ ilé kí ló dé olóbi lọ́wọ́ Aisha gba owó lóbìnrin lè fara dáadáa náà olóṣù mẹ́rin gba náà àwọn tó bá ti lọ sógun tó bá ti lọ strike lẹ́yìn oṣù mẹ́rin wọ́n ń bọ̀ wálé làwọn tó ń ṣe jáde sọ pé àwọn lọ fún jáde oṣù mẹ́rin nìyẹn lọ́ ti mú jáde oṣù mẹ́rin wọn nìyẹn oṣù mẹ́rin ẹ̀ láti dá wọn padà sọ torí pé ṣíkè ni ó ń fetí ẹni tó bá ti jẹ́ olórí ó ń láti máa fetí ségbó láti máa gbọ́n tó ń lọ lára aráàlú ó láti ní àwọn alamẹ́ nǹkan tó ń lọ rẹ o ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn o ìyà ń jẹ àwọn èèyàn o ìgbéni kan ṣe àwọn èèyàn o tó máa gbọ́ tó sì máa wá ọ̀nà àbáyọ fún wọn. níjọ́ kan wá ń ṣe báyìí lọ ló wá débi kan ló wá ń gbọ́ tí alóru ló ń gbọ́ tí ìyá àtọmọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìyá àtọmọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ni wọ́n ń sọ ìyá bá ń bá ọmọ ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ wípé wọ́n ń po kí la máa ń pè mílìkì kí la máa ń pè mílìkì wàrà àbí ẹ̀kọ́ ni àbí kí ló jẹ́ mílìkì wàrà la ń pè mílìkì wàrà la ń pè gbọ́ láti mọ mílìkì ń sìn àwọn àtàwọn àlékún àgbọ̀ Yorùbá débi wàrà mílìkì tó bá ti fún máa ń fa ìgbà máa ń fún mílìkì màálù wọ́n fún mílìkì màálù àti mílìkì ràkúnmí tó bá fún yìí òun náà máa ń tà àwọn tó jágbẹ̀ wọn á fún nìkan máa tà ó wá débì kan lálẹ́ yẹn ló wá rí pé lórí pé kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ó rí pé Umar ibn Khattab pé ó rí pé ìyá àti ọmọ yìí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa mílìkì pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ló wá rí pé ìyá wa mú mílìkì ó sọ fún ọmọ ẹ̀ pé kó mú mílìkì yìí kó bu omi sí yẹn ni bu omi sí mílìkì báwo kí bomi sí mílìkì kò yẹ ká bomi sí mílìkì èyí ìyá ní bá ṣe máa ń ṣe nígbà tá àti di mùsùlùmí nìyẹn ọmọ wa nígbà tá àti di mùsùlùmí sìn kò yẹ ká ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ àbó gbọ́ǹkan tí Umar ibn Khattab sọ ni pé Umar ibn Khattab ti sọ fún wa wípé a ò gbọ́dọ̀ máa bu omi sí a ò gbọ́dọ̀ máa da nǹkan kan mọ́ níta bá fẹ́ tà àgbàdo la fẹ́ tà ni ká má da kàńdá sínú ẹ̀ ìrẹsì la fẹ́ tà ní ká má bu kàńdá sínú ẹ̀ ẹ̀wà la fẹ́ tà ní ká má jẹ́ kí ló ti máa ń pè tí wọ́n fẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ yẹn ká má jẹ́ kí pàǹtí pọ̀ nú ẹ̀ àwọn míì wọ́n fẹ́ ta nǹkan wọ́n fẹ́ mí pùpù rẹ̀ sí wọ́n ti lọ bùkúta díẹ̀ sí kó lè wúwo sí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣẹ̀wà wọ́n lọ da pàǹtí ẹ̀wà wọ́n tó àdàmọ́ kó lè pọ̀ sí pàtí ẹ̀ bá wà rà tó bá ra kóńgò kan nígbà tó bá fi délé nígbà tó bá fẹ́ ó ti fẹ́ bí 1/4 kúrò ń bẹ̀ ìtò máa kò ní pẹ́ mọ́ tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ṣẹ̀ ní sí káàkiri ìyá ń sọ fún ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọmọ wa ní bàbá ìyá mi ẹ gbọ́ pé olórí ti ká má máa ṣe báyìí mọ́ ni ìyá bá ní ṣẹ̀bẹ́ yìí kan ń jẹun ni ẹ̀ ń bá ṣe rówó ni tá a bá ṣe ilé àlè rówó wàrà mi la fẹ́ fún lára màálù ayélujára la fẹ́ mú pàmẹ́ yẹn a dẹ̀ máa jẹun àwọn ní alùbáríkà lójú olórí ti ká má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ olórí náà torí bí ṣe dá Aina Umar hona ṣé Umar wà ń bí sí ni ní kò sí Umaru ń bì àmọ́ tí Umaru bá sí mi kọ́ Ọlọ́run bá wà ń bì Ọlọ́run bá ń bì ló wá sọ pé òkè tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ Umaru dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ ohun tí wọ́n ń sọ yìí Umaru ń gbọ́ ó wá wò síbẹ̀ ó wá ń retí ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ náà fẹ́ já sí. ọmọ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí po ọ̀pọ̀ ó ń bò sínú tó máa fi ta ó ń bò síbẹ̀. pàtó dijọ́ kejì Umar ibn Khattab ó bá pe àwọn èèyàn pé ẹ ló bá mi ra mílíkì wá lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ará gbọ́jà báyìí. pàtó lọ rà wọ́n bá mi wo mílíkì náà ṣé omi wà ń bẹ̀ àbí omi ò sí ń bẹ̀. pàtó wo ó ní pé kò sómi ń bẹ̀ pé omi yìí kò sómi ń bẹ̀ mílíkì lásán ni wọ́n tà. inú Umaru wá dùn pé ọmọ yìí sọ fún ìyá ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. ó bá ní kán lọ pe ìyá àtọmọ wa ó kó wọn dé ó kó wọn sínú ọgbà ó wá pe ọmọbìnrin yẹn kó jáde ó wá pe àwọn ọmọkùnrin ó pè wọn jáde ọmọkùnrin mẹ́rin ọmọkùnrin gbàdá ṣé ẹ̀rọ ọmọ yìí ọmọ dáadáa ni irú àwọn ọmọ tó yẹ kó wà ní ìjọba lélẹ̀ irú àwọn ọmọ tó yẹ kó wọ́n máa bí olórí tó dáa lọ́la lélẹ̀ irú àwọn ọmọ tó lóòótọ́ ni ọba wá sọ̀tàn yẹn fún wọn mo fẹ́ kí kanú ẹ̀yàn ọmọ mi kẹfẹ́ ìyá bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ọmọ mi kọ́ fẹ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ ọmọ mi kẹ ọmọ onímí ọmọ èmi ní mílíkì irú ọmọ wa ni ọba ń fẹ́ ni àni mo fẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ ẹ fẹ́ ètò kéré jù nù àwọn tó kù wọn ti márì ètò kéré jù tó ti márì nù wọn wà pé Asim ló ń jẹ́ Asim wá fẹ́ ọmọ yìí Asim ẹni tó ọmọ yìí wá fẹ́ yìí ọmọ yìí ló wá bí ẹni tá à ń pè ní Umar ibn Abdulaziz ọmọ ẹ̀ ló bí Umar ibn Abdulaziz Umar ibn Abdulaziz yìí òun ló tún jẹ́ khalifa tó jẹ́ pé khalifa tó tún dúró dáadáa lẹ́yìn àwọn mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àkọ́kọ́ lẹ́yìn Abubakar Umar ibn Khattab Ali Usman ibn Affan àti Ali ibn Abi Talib inú àwọn khalifa tó dúró àwọn Muawiya ti jẹ́ o bẹ́ẹ̀ kàtà khalifa mi tó tún wá dúró dáadáa pé khalifa tó dúró dáadáa lélẹ́yìí tó tún gbogbo nǹkan ṣe ó ní kíni òun náà Umar ibn Abdulaziz ọmọ kíni Umar ta ló bí látara ọmọbìnrin tó dáa yìí kí ló ṣe ó ṣe ẹ̀ṣà fún ọmọ ẹ̀ kò ní ọmọ mi lọ fẹ́ o ó ní ẹwù tó bá wù ṣó wù ẹ́ olóhùn òun tó bá wù ẹ́ fẹ́ ẹ ká fẹ́ fún ẹ iṣẹ́ òbí nìyẹn tí ẹ bá rọmọ tó dẹ́wà tó dáa tó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó dáa tó ní òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kò sí ohun tó ní kí ẹ má mọ ọmọ ọkùnrin pé ọmọ mi mo rí kíní kan lédè wá lọ bá mi wò bí mo bá bàbá mo rí ọmọ yìí ó dẹ̀ dáa ó níwà ó dẹ̀ lẹ́wà ó níwà ó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fẹ́ mo ní kan nínú àwọn mi kan tó ṣèṣì ìyàwó láìpẹ́ yìí nínú àwọn ọmọ tó súnmọ́ mi ní ojú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ láìpẹ́ yìí ọkùnrin tó fẹ́ báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ó pàdé ẹnìkan níjọba tó bá lọ síbi iṣẹ́ ara ẹ̀ wá yá alágbájá ká màrí kò wá ló wá ní kóun lọ yẹ kóun lọ bẹ ní ẹwò ọtún lọ bẹ ní ẹwò ọbẹ ní ẹwò tán ló wá rí àbúrò bàbá ẹni yẹn àbúrò ọmọ ẹ̀gbọ́n bàbá ẹni yẹn wọ́n wà lé ọkùnrin wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ wá kí wọ́n dáadáa yìí nìkan ṣe àṣìtún gbọ̀ngàn wúlò sí tààrí ẹ̀pẹ̀lẹ́ ó ṣáájú ó ṣe everything ó tó ra ẹ̀sọ́ wá fún wọn ọmọ ló dá wa ìgbẹ́ nìkan lẹ́ni ẹ̀ bó ṣe wá lọ tán lẹ́ni ẹ̀ wá pé báwo lẹ́ni ìṣe jẹ́ náà ó ní ọmọ dáadáa bó ṣe jẹ́ ni ìyẹn bá ní pẹ́ méjèèjì bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe rọ́kọ nìyẹn o bó ṣe rí ìwà kíni ìwà tí dáadáa tó wù ló gbé pàdé kíni ló gbé pàdé ọkùnrin tó fẹ́ kì í ṣígbà torí pé ṣígbà ní ẹ̀kọ́ ló máa ń bá lọ ìgbà míì ìwà dáadáa tó wù ló máa gbé ẹ pàdé ẹni tó máa fẹ́ wọ́n ti rẹ́kọ́mẹ́ndì ọmọ dáadáa lọmọ yìí mo rẹ́kọ́mẹ́ndì ẹ̀ fún ẹ ọmọ kan dé mo mọ ẹnìkan ọmọ dáadáa ni ó lóòótọ́ rẹ́kọ́mẹ́ndì ẹ̀ ó lè jẹ́ òbí ó lè jẹ́ àwọn tó súnmọ́ bí bá a ṣe ń yan ọkọ lélẹ̀ bá a ṣe ń yan ọ̀lẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ló máa rẹ́kọ́mẹ́ndì ẹ̀ pé ẹni yìí oníwà tó dáa ẹni yìí ó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ onímọ̀ ó lóòótọ́ òótọ́ yìí ṣe pàtàkì jù so bó ṣe wá fẹ́ ni ẹ wá bí mọ́ torí tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ti gbin nǹkan o ẹ bó sọ fún yín bẹ̀rẹ̀ aṣọ funfun lẹ kó sílẹ̀ yín kó sọ́rùn ọmọ tó aṣọ funfun tẹ́ bá jẹ́ kó lọ fẹ́ ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ á gbé aṣọ yẹn wọnú ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ wá ti bo ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ á gbé wọnú ilẹ̀ ṣé ara àwọn ọmọ mi jẹ́ pé ọmọ tó dáa ni wọ́n ẹ̀kọ́ tó wà tó bá ti lọ yàn níbi tí ò ti da báyìí gbogbo ìwà burúkú wọ́n ti gbé wọnú ti gbé virus wọnú family ẹ̀ nìyẹn virus ti wọ̀ tó bá ti wọ̀ báyìí àrùn ti wọ̀ bẹ̀ nìyẹn àrùn yẹn máa ràn lọ àmọ́ àtúndìran kò sínú rẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹnìkan ló gbowó nù rán yẹn family mi kò sí wà burúkú bẹ́ẹ̀ ilé mi ilé onímọ̀ ni ilé mùsùlùmí gbogbo wọn ẹnìkan ló máa gbé nǹkan tó ń ṣe Islam wọbẹ̀ tó bá ti gbé tí ẹ bá ti dá ìgbé wọbẹ̀ báyìí ó parí ó di kéde lọ́ọ́ máa di tó ṣe mùsùlùmí díẹ̀ bọ́ ṣe máa já kọ̀ọ̀kan tó máa di pé ilé yẹn di ilé tó jẹ́ pé ó ti di ilé tó jẹ́ pé ó ti di ilé tó wà corrupted nìyẹn so ó ṣe pàtàkì àmójútó eléyìí ẹ wo òbí ẹ má fi dá wọn pé ṣùgbọ́n òun ló fẹ́ fẹ́ tó bá wọn kó lọ fẹ́ ẹ má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o ń tẹ́ ẹ gbìn ẹ ti gbìn ẹ ti ta ẹ fi sílẹ̀ yóò dẹran onídìí o ilé ò sọ pé bí yàn tójú bọlé ọmọ àbíkẹ́ ní ojúṣe òbí ni tọ́lọ́wọ́ bá sọ láti ran ọmọ àníkẹ́ dandan kó lọ fẹ́ lè ká ràn lọ́wọ́ láti wá ẹni tó dáa kárí pẹ́ nìyí ó jẹ́ pé tó lóòótọ́ wá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kó sì jẹ́ tó ní tẹríba kó má jẹ́ alágídí èèyàn ẹ tó bá ti jẹ́ alágídí èèyàn ẹ má fẹ́ ẹ má fọmọ yín fẹ́ tó tọrọ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ pé a ní sùúrù kò ní gbọ́ o tẹnu ẹ̀ ló máa ṣe ó dé máa ba nǹkan jẹ́ kò sí kó má jẹ́ onígbéraga èèyàn kò sí tó kó bá ṣe ìtọ́nù ṣe ní burúkú tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn dáadáa ni ìgbéraga ni mọ́tò ni tó máa ṣe ní máa ṣe ó rọ́ ò lè lọ sílẹ̀ bàbẹ́ ẹ̀ ó lè kí bàbẹ́ ẹ̀ ó lè ṣe wájú nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ nìyẹn èmi lọ́kọ nǹkan tí mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ nìyẹn tó bá ti lè bá mi fẹ́ parí nìyẹn irú yẹn tó bá jẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀ má ò lè jẹ́ kó máa yín fẹ́ torí àbá ibi jẹ tó bá dẹ̀ ti ṣe tó bá ti mú jẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ àbúrò ẹ̀ kan máa sọ pé nàpẹ́ ṣèbí lágbàá ṣe kí lọ́ ṣe fún ṣèbí lágbàá náà ṣe ṣọ́ṣọ́ mu ni ó ṣáà ti ṣe kí lọ́ ṣe fún ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn o àwọn náà máa tẹ̀lé fún láàyè pẹ̀rẹ̀ so tó ọ̀nà bá ti bímọ ọmọ yẹn náà já ìwà títí bí ajá jẹ ajá ti yẹ náà jẹ so bí wọ́n bá ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ corrupt díẹ̀ lọ nìyẹn lẹ́sẹ̀ ń rí ilé onímọ̀ tó ń di ilé ọlọ́gbọ́n tó ń di alágọ̀ tó ní wọ́n ti lọ mú àgọ̀ wọ́ ó ṣe pàtàkì ká mójútó eléyìí so onímọ̀ máa ń ṣe ọ̀rẹ́ ní mímọ̀ àwọn ẹlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ káwọ́ àmọ́ pé ká sọ pé dandan kan lówó àbí kan lè rẹpẹtẹ yẹn kọ́ là ń sọ àmọ́ ìwà ẹ̀kọ́ ìmọ̀ ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run Ọba ó ṣe pàtàkì ẹni tó bá ní bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run Ọba ní bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run Ọba gidi kò ní ní tẹríba àbí kò ní ní gbéraga ààrẹ rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ fọlọ́run lórí tó Ọlọ́run bá fẹ́ nìyẹn ó jọ wo ni káwọ yẹ kárí pé àmójútó eléyìí bákan náà tàtàwọ̀ kó jẹ́ ní tó lè farasin tó ní ìfarasin ẹ gbogbo tó bá ti ń wò kí ni kò sẹ́ni bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ni mo ṣe fún lásán mo ṣe lè fún ṣé wọ́n dúpẹ́ ni mo ṣe tọ̀hún fún tó wà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kàràn sùn yàn tó ní ìfarasin pé eléyìí mo ṣe torí tọ́ Ọlọ́run ní kí n ní agbára kí n ṣe jẹ́ kí n ṣe tó lè máa ràn yàn lọ́wọ́ tó lè ṣiṣẹ́ tó lè ṣàmójúkúrò tó lè ràn yàn lọ́wọ́ tó bá ti jẹ́ pé tó gbogbo nǹkan ló máa ń rò pẹ̀lú owó láti jẹ́ owó tó bá ti yọ owó kí ló yọ tó bá ti yọ owó kan kò wúlò nìyẹn so láti ní volunteerism tọwọ́ wa man tatawwa khairan fahuwa khairun lahu lọ́wọ́ sọ lórí Suratul Baqarah sura kejì ayé 158 ó jọ wọn ní kálukú wa ká mi sọ pé àgbìyànjú pé níta fẹ́ wá fún ọmọ wa ó ní eléyìí bákan náà òun náà ni mọ̀sùlùmíyà ó jẹ́ ní tó wà responsible ẹni tí ó mojú ṣe ẹ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe ohun tó kù dẹ́ káàtó tó lè sọ gbà pé mo ṣe ohun tó kù dẹ́ káàtó tí ò ní máa transfer gbogbo nǹkan tí kò bá kù dẹ́ káàtó transfer fún ìyàwó tó bá kù dẹ́ ìyàwó ló ṣe òun ló fà lápájá ló fà tàbí ló fà tó máa ṣe people to blame èmi ni ẹbí mi lélẹ̀ ẹbí mi ló fà tẹ́lẹ̀ ìfẹ́ rí báyìí tó ní ṣe tó máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹbí mi ló fà tó kó mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó gbà pé èmi ni mo jẹ̀bi kó má ti ẹ̀bi sórí ìyàwó kó má ti ẹ̀bi sórí ọkọ kó má ti ẹ̀bi sórí ọmọ tó bá pèrè ọkọ èmi ni mo ṣe èmi mo fẹ́ lè bí ó ṣe pàtàkì kó má jẹ́ tí ó máa wá àlébù ẹnì kejì àlébù ọkọ àbẹ́lébù ìyàwó ló máa wá tí kò bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹlòmíràn máa fẹ́ ti kó jẹ́ tó wà responsible tó mojúṣe ẹ̀ tí ó lè máa ṣe níyàwó ni kó mojúṣe ẹ̀ ọkọ ni kó mojúṣe ẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé ó mọ ti lélẹ́yìí tó ti ní ẹ̀kọ́ yìí tó mọ̀ kó jẹ́ kí n ṣe lélẹ́yìí irú àwọn yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá ti wá pé tá a wá rí gbọ́ àwọn tá a ká pé yìí tó wá rí pé tá a dẹ̀ wá please pẹ̀lú family ìyàwó ni family ọkọ ni ojúṣe àwọn òbí ká má delay láti ṣe kíni láti jẹ́ kó ṣe ìyàwó má delay ẹ̀ má jẹ́ kó pẹ́ jù Ànábì ní ká kánjú ṣe nǹkan èṣù ló máa mú wa al-'ajalatu mina ash-shaytan al-'ajalatu mina ash-shaytan illa fi khams ká kánjú ṣe nǹkan èṣù ló mú wa fi nǹkan márùn ìrùkọ́ náà ni pé ká ṣe ìyàwó ọmọbìnrin tó bá ti tó lọ́kọ ká ṣe ìyàwó fún. Ìfẹ́ kọ́ ló ń ṣáájú, interest ló ń ṣáájú. Ẹni yìí ok mo láìkẹ́, ẹni yìí ó wù mí, a gbọ́dọ̀ delay ẹ̀. Ọtí mọ́jọ́ ẹ̀dàbọ̀ ẹtí mẹ́bí ọkọ ẹtí mẹ́bí ìyàwó. Àwọn mẹ́rin ló ń ṣe ìyàwó láti ń ṣe akídùn nìka inú pálọ̀ bàbá ìyàwó láti ń ṣe. Bàbá ìyàwó àbàkù wọ́n jọ sọ̀rọ̀ bí tọ́mọ mi kù sí rèé o, bí tọ́mọ mi kù sí rèé yìí o, wọ́n jọ máa sọ. Ìgbà mi àyè fọ́ọ̀fù ìyá bí tọ́mọ kọ ìgbó tó ṣe pàtàkì torí àwọn méjì ò tí ì gbọ́n wọ́n ní dẹ̀kọ́ ibi tó máa ń lọ kọ́ lè mọ́rú ẹ̀kọ́ tó máa kọ́ sí. Lọ́wọ́ jẹ́ kó gbọ́dọ̀ jó ní gbéraga ni tó bá jó ní gbéraga kò ní gbẹ̀kọ́ mọ́. Ọkọ ni mo jẹ́ ìkọ́ tó bá wọn ni máa ṣe, ìyàwó ni mo jẹ́ ilé mi lélẹ́ ilé ọkọ mi lélẹ́ ìkọ́ tó bá mi ṣe kò lè pàṣẹ fún mi ilé ọkọ mi, iṣẹ́ ọkọ mi náà iṣẹ́ bàbá ọkọ mi wájú ọkọ mi ni. Kò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ajẹ́pẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé tàbá ti agree lórí ilé ìtọ́jú bá wọ sọ̀rọ̀ tán àgbọ̀dọ̀ wá dé ilé ẹ̀. Kò sí nǹkan ìyàwó akídù nìkáyọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀, wàlímọ̀tù nìkáyọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀. Wàlímọ̀ yìí súnà ni, akídù yìí dandan ni. So a gbọ́dọ̀ wá gbé tó jẹ́ ti ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, a gbọ́dọ̀ gbé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ànábì tó kọ́ wa gbé léyìí kakọ́ mójútó lẹ́yìn ká fi léyìí lé o. So ká ṣe wàlímọ̀ nígbà tó bá jẹ́ pé ọkọ àti ìyàwó àti so wọ́n pọ̀ tán. Àwọn méjì lè wà nílé, wọ́n dẹ̀ lè má sí nílé, ìkan lè wà níbi kan wà l'Amẹ́ríkà mátà. Àwọn méjì dẹ̀ lè wà níbẹ̀ ká so wọ́n pọ̀. Tó bá dẹ̀ sí níbẹ̀ náà tá bá ti bẹ̀ òfin wa fẹ́ máa fẹ́, bóná fẹ́ wàá fẹ́. Bàbá aṣọ fọwọ́ sí mo fọwọ́ sí. Tó mahar sadakida asọ̀rọ̀ pa sadaki tó pọ̀ tó ń jẹ́ sadaki àti sọ tó pọ̀. Tá ti sọ̀rọ̀ dípẹ̀ tó ti dúró. Ẹlẹ́rìí dà àwọn ẹlẹ́rìí rè tó. Bá ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́rìí sí tó ń pè wọ́n akíndùn nìkan ni. Gbólóhùn yẹn náà ni mo fẹ́ fẹ́ ọmọ yín ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ mi ṣó gbà láti fẹ́ tó mọ́ fọwọ́ sí ó ti dọ́kọ àtìyàwó náà nìyẹn. Pé bàtà bá rà àfáà tó ní àfáà ńlá kan àbí ṣéwò ńlá kan bàbá ìyàwó ó lè fọmọ ẹ̀ lọ́kọ tó jọba ó jẹ́ kó náà ní tó bá nímọ̀ ẹ̀sìn á sọ pé mo ti fọmọ mi fún ẹ Ọlọ́run kó falẹ̀ bárúkà sí. Kò bá jẹ́ gbọ́n ìyàwó, kò bá jẹ́ gbọ́n ọkọ, kò bá jẹ́ ọ̀nkùlù wọn tó yẹ kó náà nímọ̀ ẹ̀sìn wọ́n lè ṣe ìgbà tó bá pe àwọn káàkiri tó bá ṣe yẹn tán tó bá fọkọ àtìyàwó sílẹ̀ tó bá wá pàdé bí Amẹ́ríkà nìkan wà lọ́nà ẹ̀kọ́ àbí ìjọ táwọn méjì bá wá pàdé tí wọ́n bá jọ bára wọn ní àjọṣepọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọkọ àtìyàwó lọ́kọláya tí wọ́n tẹ̀lé súnà márùn tá a ti sọ fún wa kọjọ ṣàlùwàlá wọ́n jọ yọ̀nà fúnra rákà méjì kí ọkọ gbọ́wọ́ lé ọkọ àyàwó kó tó ká Allahumma inni as'aluka min khairiha wa khairu ma jabalta alayhi wa a'udhu bika min sharriha wa sharri ma jabalta alayhi. Gbóore tó wà lára àyàwó mi Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí n nípìn bẹ́ẹ̀, gbogbo tó wà lára mi kó lọ nípìn bẹ́ẹ̀, aburú kí n má ní ọ̀rọ̀ aburú náà má ní láti ṣe yẹn tán. Then káwọn méjèèjì kan fúnra wọn ní kan gbé nǹkan sí wọn lẹ́nu. Ọkùnrin ní ó gbé méjì kó gbé fún kó mú tó ti mú ọkọ tíyàwó ti mú ọkọ náà gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ lójú ti mú báyìí máa po fóònù náà gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ó ń ṣe báyìí kó mú wọn fẹ́ hàn síra wọn nìyẹn. Ọkọ àti ẹ̀kọ́ ọmọ tó bá ṣe yẹn tán ẹ̀ táwọn méjì bá sùn ọjọ́ sun ọkọ àtìyàwó pọ̀ Allahumma jannibna shaytan wa jannibi shaytana ma razaqtana kó ṣàdúrà bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó bá ti ṣe léyìí tán àwọn méjì tí wọ́n dùn síra wọn wọ́n ṣe wàá mú ọjọ́ la fẹ́ ṣe wàlímọ̀ tó yà gbà tọ́kọ àtìyàwó bá bára wọn lájọṣepọ̀ tó wọ́n ṣe máa mú ọjọ́ wàlímọ̀ wọ́n ṣe wàá mú ọjọ́ wàlímọ̀ tó nìkanjọ́ lájọ́ wàlímọ̀ wọ́n ti wá mọ́jọ́ yẹn yẹn náà lè para Amẹ́ríkà para London para Èkó para Ìbàdàn para Àbújá para anywhere wọ́n kọ́ wá síbẹ̀. Àwọn náà tún ní ẹ̀kọ́ àgbọ́dọ̀ sọ di ibi ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ká máa dúdú pákà lékè kọkùnrin máa gbé kéèkì sẹ́nu ẹ̀ kíyàwó máa gbé kéèkì sẹ́nu ọkọ ẹ̀ níwájú náà ju gbogbo èèyàn. Islam ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kọ́ máa ní kíyàwó jókòó sẹ́sẹ̀ bàbá ọkọ kọ́kọ́ jókòó kíyàwó kọ́kọ́ jókòó sẹ́sẹ̀ ìyá ìyàwó. Gbà wọn eléyìí Islam ò fọwọ́ sí ká máa ṣe gba àwọn ìbàjẹ́ yìí. So nǹkan ìjọsìn ní marriage àdàlájú wà ní nǹkan ìjọsìn. Gbogbo àwọn kan àṣà mẹ́ta wá tì bọ́ tó ń fa ìbàjẹ́. Tábà dẹ̀ máa ṣe oúnjẹ tá a bá ṣe fún marriage káwọn tálákà jẹ ń bẹ̀. Ẹ má ṣe fọlọ́wọ́ nìkan o jẹ́ kí tálákà jẹ kálẹ̀ ní jẹ níbẹ̀ yẹn ló ń jó oúnjẹ. Ẹlòmíì tẹ̀ pé eléyìí lóòótọ́ owó ebi ń pa ni ó wá dé ni pé ṣé bó ti jẹ kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan ó jẹ kan lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ẹ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Àwọn tó rálù bàríkà tó ráwọn lè bí ń pa àwọn lónìí tó ń jẹ. Ẹlòmíì ebi ẹ̀wọ̀n olówó tẹ̀ pè síbẹ̀ wọn ò ní jẹ tán bá ti jẹ díẹ̀ báyìí máa fi yókù sílẹ̀ ni tó bá ṣí 5 alive kan díẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa mú bẹ́ẹ̀ wá gbé kó má lọ dàrú kùnú ni wọ́n máa jẹ oúnjẹ ìdájọ́ máa lè dànù ni. Àwọn tó yẹ kí bí ń pa gidi gan ẹ jẹ́ kó jẹun, àwọn tí ò ní jẹun lẹ́ni kó máa jẹun. Ó dánwò oníkálukú wa o, ẹ jẹ́ ká mójútó eléyìí torí àsìkò tó ti lọ. Inshallah Ọlọ́run kó bá tún lé oníkálukú wa ṣe. Tó bá ní ìbéèrè láti béèrè ká máa pè, ká ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó pọ̀ fún wa lórí bá ṣe ń ṣèyàwó fún ọmọ, ká má sọ ohun tó jẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ ká sọ di haram mọ́ra wa lọ́wọ́, ohun tí ò sì ṣe kí n ṣe dandan ká má gbà bọ́ra wa lọ́rùn. Ká jẹ́ káwọn àtọ́wájú tó lọ́kọ kún wọn lọ́kọ, tó wájú tó níyàwó kan níyàwó, kí wọ́n bàjẹ́ kó dínkù lórí ilẹ̀. Ọlọ́run kó bá tún lé oníkálukú ṣe wa, Ọlọ́run kó bá tún lé oníkálukú wa ṣe, Ọlọ́run kó bá tún lé oníkálukú wa ṣe. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tó ti lọ sílé ọkọ Ọlọ́run kó bá fa àlùbáríkà sí fún wa, àwọn tí wọ́n tí ì ní Ọlọ́run kó fún wọn lálùbáríkà. Allahumma rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. Rabbana hab lana min azwajina wa dhurriyyatina qurrata a'yun waj'alna lil muttaqina imama. Allahumma rabbana salli wa sallim wa barik ala habibika nabiyyika Muhammadi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. أقول ما أقول استغفر لكم من الغفور الرحيم. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.